Okay, next we have Katsuyaku no Oto. So this is a this is again a little bit interesting. Most video games do not use Katsuyaku. They use Tsuzuki. Tsuzuki. And that means to continue or resume. They'll say Tsuzuki kara, continue from, resume from, and then you'll select your save file and you'll resume from the save file. So this is a little bit, yeah, this is a little bit interesting, I think. This is definitely a little bit interesting. Katsuyaku is not a term that's commonly used, but Katsuyaku no Oto. So we have Katsuyaku, which is an activity or a great effort. And, I think it's unique to this specific genre of games. This is an exploration game. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, it was supposed to be a very exciting new style of Pokemon, and it was, to really immerse somebody in the Pokemon world. Everybody was Pokemon. You talk to the Pokemon. So it was really interesting, but it was all about adventure and exploration, and that was the theme of the story. So Katsuyaku is a great effort. It's like, it's like setting out to do something great and exciting and huge and in like worldwide known, like everyone will know about it. It's talking really what Katsuyaku here is talking about. It's talking about the amount of vigor and energy you put into doing something great, to making something famous, practically. And it's saying to Katsuyaku no Oto. So no, obviously. If you're new to the grammar, then you wouldn't be familiar with this, but no, it just makes the adjective or the first noun modify the second. So the first modifies the second. So it's like saying red coat, blue sky. Ao no sora. Ao no sora is ao is blue. No makes it the first modify the second. So sora is sky. Ao no sora is a blue sky. So that's kind of how no is used. It's like apostrophe S. The sky is blue. You could say your name and then no, and it becomes possessive. No makes something possessive, but it makes the first modify the second. All right, so the second thing, and this is interesting. I'm sorry. It's ato, not oto. I'm looking at the screen, not my notes. I was looking at the screen, and Game Boy Advance script isn't quite as clear as I would like it to be. That's not an O, that's an A. My apologies. I'm looking at the script, this is correct. So, Katsuyaku no ato, it's ato. Katsuyaku no ato. So we have Katsuyaku, which is a great effort, it's an activity, it's an endeavor to set out to do something great. And then we have no, which makes it possessive. Then we have ato. Ato is a unique word. It oftentimes means, back, before the place of where you're talking about. That's not what this is talking about. This could be translated the great efforts from before, like the things you did before. But there are two definitions for ato, and I found it. I think this is what the developers meant. Again, there's no kanji in older games. They only used hiragana and katakana. So this is using hiragana only. Katsuyaku no ato. It could mean the place before. Ato meaning, behind you, where you left off from. So this could be saying, continue your great efforts, keep going, or continue where your great efforts left off. But I found that the second definition of ato was more applicable, especially given the exploration-styled word of Katsuyaku being used. So Katsuyaku no ato can also mean site. It can mean the remains or the ruins or something, or the tracks that you were left behind. So if you're a hunter, you're looking at the deer's tracks. If you're visiting an old construction site that was torn down, or the construction was discontinued, you could use ato to say the remains of this building. They were in the process of building it, and a windstorm or a hurricane came over and knocked everything down, and these are the remains of the once great tall Eiffel Tower. I don't know, just throwing it out there. As an example, so ato can also mean the remains of something. So we have Katsuyaku no ato, the remains or the tracks, the leading tracks, the site of all of your great efforts. Because if you're playing through the game, you'll notice that you're in a camp. So every time you finish a mission, you're really like back at the camp, waiting to go out on the next big adventure. So I found Katsuyaku meaning the great efforts of something and the tracks of where you left off. It's like the camp, the site. Katsuyaku no Ato is, it could mean, the place from where you left off, but it's talking about the activity, the site of activity, the activity site, which is where you were leaving off from. So either from the beginning, Hajime kara, begin from the beginning, or Katsuyaku no Ato, continue where you last left off.